Hello, and thank you for tuning into my TV show. I'm Dr. Dhil, and you're watching Dr. Dhil. Today we'll be meeting Tanya. Tanya is an 18-year-old student who has committed several forms of plagiarism against her classmate Jim, who also joins us today. Now, what Tanya is unaware of is that this entire segment is focused on her problem. We're going to have a structured conversation with Tanya, Jim, and Dr. Dhil. That's me, and please remember, I am a professional. Hello, and welcome to my show. I'm Dr. Dhil, and you're watching Dr. Dhil. I'd like you to meet Tanya. Tanya, come on out here. Well, hello, how's it going?
It's going well.
Tanya's offered to give us a little of her time today to discuss the experiences of a maturing college student. Well, Tanya, today is going to be a changing day in your life.
I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah. First thing I'd like you to do is look out into our audience and see if there's anybody out there you think you might know.
Jim? Hi.
Why don't you explain to us your relationship with Jim?
Well, Jim and I have been best friends since kindergarten.
And today, would you consider Jim your closest friend?
Yes.
Well, Tanya, let me just be honest with you here. I don't believe that at all. What about you, Jim?
No.
You see, what Tanya doesn't know, but what is perfectly legal to do, is that we put some secret surveillance cameras around her house, Jim's house, and their school. Let's take a look at some clips of Jim's life and see the tragic experiences he's had to undergo when being a friend to a plagiarist.
What?
I just woke up one day and I no longer had an identity. She took what was mine and she made it hers. I would get to school and I would look forward to seeing my friends so we could tell stories and we could share memories, but she'd always be there telling the same stories. She stole my ideas, my clothing style, everything. One day she comes to my house and takes my car. She just comes to my house and takes my car. So when I confronted her about it, she said it was her car. Since she changed the engine and the muffler and the paint job, which in my opinion that was a pretty poor job, she said it was her car. Dr. Dhil, I own that car. And she took a paper that I wrote and she put her name on it. If that's not blatant plagiarism, I don't know what is. She can't do it. So then one day, I'm shaving my face, and I cut myself. And so she asks me what happens later, and I tell her. And then the next day, she's in public speaking class, and she tells my story. She says that she cut herself shaving and started bleeding. But girls don't shave their faces and start bleeding from their faces. Girls don't. Please help me, Dr. Dhil. She took so many of my ideas, my property, and she took my identity.
Well, now, Tanya, you want to talk about this?
I don't believe
now,
this.
Tanya, sit down.
I'm a good person, a good friend, and these things happen which aren't true, are private, and you exposed me.
Well, I didn't just come in on a load of turnips, I know that, but Tanya, you haven't got the right to... Now, wait just a second, young lady,
like
you
this?
come back here. Well, hello. We'll be back right after this break.
You have a group project with two of your classmates, but you're just too busy to write the amount that you told them you would. So you plagiarize. You copy and paste from the internet, you change a few stats to make the work look like your own. Your partners are now hindered from the truth. Your classroom has now lost its sense of trust. And you're left without anything original of your own. Just false statements and a mediocre grade. The more you think about the effects of plagiarism on the entire community, the more you know that it just might crash your party. Keep the trust.
when being a friend to a plagiarist.
She took it out of Dr. Dhil. I own that car. Please help me, Dr. Dhil.
When we left you, Tanya had just stormed off stage. Luckily, we've got lights and microphones and cameramen back there for just such an occasion. I decided to go back and talk to Tanya, and I asked Jim to come along with me and to listen from a distance. Tanya, talk to me.
Get out.
Look, I gotta be honest with you, you just don't have the right to do what you did.
Me? You lied to me to get me on your show.
Well, hey girl, I didn't do anything wrong. And if we're talking about lying here, I think the biggest liar of all of us is standing right here in front of me.
Oh, fine. I plagiarized his paper. So what? I mean, okay, I know it was wrong, and I apologize, and we settled it. It's in the past.
Tanya, don't you realize that everything else you did was plagiarism too? The car...
I put a lot of time and energy into that car, so technically it's mine.
Well, it's still his car. It's like the paper. You took a few words from his essay and you made them your own, but it's still his work. You can change the engine, you can give it a good paint job, and that's all very generous of you, but at the end of the day, it's still his car. And all presentations work the same way. I mean, ideas can be plagiarized too.
But he never wrote any of them down.
Well, that ain't my problem, girl. It's still his work, his original conception. You can't just go in and take something somebody did and make it your own. All presentations fall into the same category.
I had no idea.
It really hurt me, Tanya. I felt violated and invaded upon.
Jim, you got to realize who you're plagiarizing from. They work on the whole concept and put a lot of time and effort into it. You just go in and take the final copy and start from that.
I really had no idea.
Most people don't. I got to get back to my audience. I'm back. Well, Tanya had no idea. She's apologized to Jim, and the two of them are sorting it out even as we speak. We got Tanya to acknowledge what she'd done, and folks, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. What I really want to hit home about is this. I want all of you sitting here today, I want all of you at home watching, I want all of you to think about all of the skills and the gifts and the abilities that you have. Think about what you can contribute individually to this community we call planet Earth. I mean, faux shizzle, kids. Why plagiarize? You know, it's an eat what you kill world out there. If you don't kill something, well, you can't just go eat what he's killed. And I want you to consider one more thing. If you have plagiarized in the past, I want you to really, really, really consider what went on this show today. I want you all to look deep down into your hearts. And first off, well, I want you to try and forgive yourself. Second, just don't go doing it again. I mean, you affect more than just yourself when you commit an act like this. Look at Jim. Look at what Tanya did to that poor, studious kid. And folks, look at all the original thoughts that you've got swimming around in those little brains of yours. You're all beautiful people with beautiful thoughts in those heads on those shoulders. And I know because I've got my own beautiful thoughts. I lost a great deal of weight, and I wrote a book about it. Well, that's all the time we've got for today. Thank you for watching. I'm Dr. Dhil. Bye-bye. Well, folks, it's been 2 years now, and Tanya and Jim are well on the way to discovering their own personal originality.
We recorded a CD called Plagiaristic Contemplations. We've decided it's time to fight against such atrocities as plagiarism.
Your favorite cut on the album?
Without a doubt, track number 5, Cite the Source.
You heard it here first, folks. Cite the source from the album Plagiaristic Contemplation.
From the heart, man. There comes a time when we write a thesis paper and our points must come together as one. There are teachers trying, oh, to make a point that we must try not to lie and plagiarize it all.
And who are we?
We are the students,
And
it is time that we document what we are using. Great.
You did great.
That was awesome.
That was
Wait,
awesome.
what is this? This has to stop.
Stop. Why?
This is blatant plagiarism.
No.
This is We Are the World. I was just in the other room sweeping the floor and it was on the radio.
What are you talking about? These are our own words.
Wait. He's considering it plagiarism because we haven't given credit where credit is due.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about parenthetical documentation.
Oh.
All we need to do is cite the source.
Yeah!